Hey guys, I woke up. Why? Oh, there you go. That would help. It is Sunday morning, and I got up early. I set my alarm for 4:20, and I hit the snooze once, so I got up at like 4:30. And yeah, I got up because I wanted. There's a group that rides Sunday mornings, and it's a very quick group. And what they do is they ride this road, and they all cover up their license plates. They all just like have no license plate, or they cover it up, and they just fly. They just, they quite obviously. They just take this road and fly along. So I woke up extra early this morning and headed out to this road and just waited for them. And I made it to that rest stop at about 5:10. And to be honest, well, actually, no, that should have been fine. That should have been fine because I think they start to ride at 5 o'clock, a lot of the time, but they don't start there. They start further back. So if I was there by 5:10, I should have seen them. But sometimes I think they even meet at like 4:30 or something, which is a possibility. In which case, I would have been way too late. But yeah, so I got there really early, and then I just waited. I hung out at. It's what time is it now? It's 6:05 now. See. So I got there at 5. I was there at like 5:10, and just sat there for like almost an hour. And then these guys started showing up one by one. Their friends. And then I said, well, the group that I wanted to ride with isn't there. So I asked this group, can I ride with you guys? And they were all like, sure. What's it like in America and Canada? If you're riding by yourself, can you just go up to a bunch of strangers and say, can I ride with you guys? I have no friends. So I don't know how quick these guys are or not. They got their license plates showing. So if they're quick enough, and I start riding quick, then this will be the intro to the private series, or it'll be in the my new private channel, 2011. And if not, then just go on YouTube. They keep riding like pussies. Just kidding. Yeah. We'll see how I do today. I'm riding with 3. There was, I don't know. Yeah, out of the 4 bikes that I remember, there was like, what was that? There was like 3 Hayabusas and a CBR 1000. So my 70 horsepower versus their 180, 200 and something horsepower. What do Hayabusas have? Like a 600 cc bike has like 170, doesn't it? Was it a 120? I forget. Well, anyways, they got a shitload more horsepower than me regardless. Hayabusa's got at least 180 to 240 or something in that area. 180, 240. And I've got 70, so they've got more than double my horsepower. I'm taking the corner, nice. First 2 were. Get some lean. Interesting side note is one of the guys they were waiting for one of their buddies, and they go, yeah, he's riding a Sheepita. He's real slow, put, and I'm like, and I'm trying to think, what does Sheepita mean? And it translates as hippie vehicle. Yeah, they're nice, man. See those first couple of guys? They were taking that corner like, yeah, okay. The first couple of guys are quick. Actually, the guy in front, their number 1 rider, he's riding a Hayabusa, and he's got scratches. Check this out. He's got scratches on his fairing, on the bodywork, the plastics, from his lean angle. Because I was talking about I don't know why it came up. I was talking about, oh. I have a program on my phone, and while you're riding, it'll like keep track of your lean angle on your bike. It doesn't just keep track of that. It keeps track of your average speed and this and that. Speaking of which, let's turn the program on, even though it's going to let them get away from me. I'll show you it. Waiting for GPS. Hope. Now I gotta catch them. Which will not be easy, considering they were flying when I pulled over to stop. Yeah, this is going in the private series. Saw one of them. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I was mentioning I have some app that like tracks your average speed and distance traveled, etc., and so forth. And then I said, but it also keeps track of your lean angle. And they said, well, and one of the guys made a joke saying, he goes, you don't need a program to keep track of your lean angle. You just got to look how much you scratch up your muffler. And then someone else said, he goes, I don't scratch my muffler, I scratch my fairings. And I'm like, what? Because I've never heard of that. And the Hayabusa has kind of big fairings that kind of stick out on the sides a bit. And then he showed me, yeah, that's not my group. And then he showed me that the side of his motorcycle had scratches on it from him taking corners. And I'm like, really? Like, you didn't just drop it or something? He's like, no, I got it. He goes, it was for a magazine shoot. They were taking pictures of us on taking a corner on the road, and yeah, I was rubbing my fairing against the pavement on a Hayabusa. I'm like, shit, man. So that's the guy that's in the lead, and that explains why he's in the lead. Because Hayabusas are known not to be the most agile of bikes, and he's getting it down on public streets. For my tour of Taiwan, the guys that were on the tour, they commented. One of the guys commented. He goes, I've run more red lights in this 1 week than I will in the rest of my life put together. Did I word that right? I've run more red lights in this 1 week than I will in the rest of my life. Yeah, you understand what I mean. I don't think I'm wording it as well as I could be, but you get the gist. Oh, they're up ahead of that light. That's good. I think there's like a traffic light at that light. And that's the funny thing is now, because I don't know these guys, and I said, can I ride with you guys? And then they all, lost me, so they must be thinking to themselves, this guy's slow as dirt, man. Couldn't keep up with us just for that little stretch. But they don't know that I stopped with my camera in. So now I have the element of surprise. And then I shall unleash my fury on them. Got a cool license plate too, QQ. He's like, I just kicked your ass. on my Hayabusa on a twisty road. Now you can go and QQ. I just learned QQ like within the last year. Playing League of Legends, people always like, people are QQing. I'm like, what's QQing? Wow, that's the speed limit. He bet on his four-ways for the speed camera, I'm guessing. This is the speed limit that we're doing right now. And this is quicker than. Cool. He just moved his head like this. I used to do that a lot. I don't do it. I suppose I still do it. Like a lot of times when I'm getting ready to ride quick, I'll just like give your neck a stretch. I guess it's good. Yeah. I remember one time I met a guy in a Hayabusa on the streets here. I know it was like at a red light or something. No. It was at that same convenience store that I just left. It was at the convenience store, and some guy pulled up in a Hayabusa, and he was riding by himself, and he didn't seem to, I don't know, have a lot of friends or whatever. And he's chatting with me, and then he's like, yeah, you can. He goes, I'm like, well, Hayabusa, it's an impressive bike. It's a, you know. And he's like, yeah, you take it for a ride. You go try it out. Try it. And it was, you could kind of tell. You could tell that he didn't. I got the impression. I think I rode with him a bit before that or after that, and he was just very slow on it. And you kind of got the impression that he bought a big, impressive bike. He couldn't ride it very well, and then he would like try to get respect by like lending it to people, or just kind of like, yeah, try my, you know. Some of you're thinking maybe you're overreading. Maybe you're over-analyzing the situation. But no, but like I said, I actually rode with him for a bit, and yeah, he couldn't keep up with me at all. And he was on a Hayabusa, and I was on this. Here we've got like a ricer. Oh, he's turning off. That's good. I've got to pee, which really sucks because as far as I know, we won't be stopping for a while. It's a distraction. Maybe I should pull a Rossi and just jump off the bike and piss on the side and get back on. He did it at the racetrack once. Did you guys see that? His mirror practically rubbed against that guy's leg. That was nuts. so I'll let that guy go first. This guy was close on my ass, so whoa, that's nuts. These guys are all quick. So I'm looking at, like, I'm letting them pass me because they're buddies and I don't want to get in the way. I don't know how quick they are. So I'm just gonna, you know, I don't want to get in the middle. Like, they're buddies and I'm just some stranger, so I don't want to be like in the middle of them. And then I'm noticing, I was following the first guy. I was following them well enough, but I noticed that there's like, the next guy in the group was close behind me. And that makes me a little nervous. I'm not used to riding with someone behind me. So back off, let them pass. I'm still pacing the group, so that's fine. And then I don't have to worry about that guy, one of them doing what the first guy did. Yeah, I got nervous on that corner just then. But it's like, you gotta fight it, you know? Like, my instinct was brake. You're going too quick for this corner. And then you gotta tell yourself, no, I'm not. You know, like, because you could actually, not only am I not going too quick, I could be doing quicker, like the first guy in this freaking group who's on a bike that's much heavier than mine. You know, you gotta tell, and it's a really hard thing to, it takes experience, like years of riding, to try to beat that into yourself. You gotta train yourself to not panic. People think the majority of motorcycle accidents are from like idiots in cars pulling out and hitting bikers. They're wrong. The majority of motorcycle crashes happen with just the rider and no other vehicles involved. In other words, the majority of motorcycle crashes would look like that corner that I said I was nervous on, and me just going off that corner and smashing into the wall. That's the majority. People always say that all over. They always say, you know, oh, it's not, the bikes aren't dangerous, it's the idiots in cars that are dangerous, and it's the idiot cars that pull out, you know, and it's not true. Well, it is true, of course, but the majority, the majority of accidents happen when people are riding by themselves and don't involve any car. Not riding by themselves, you know what I mean. The majority of accidents don't involve a car. This guy's going too quick into a corner and getting nervous and braking, which is what I wanted to do. And I'm glad this group's quick. You know, it's a gamble when you ask to ride with another group, because they could be slow and you could end up just putting along behind them doing the, and then you're just like, oh yeah, might as well just go off by myself. But I'm not having that problem with this group. And plus, I am familiar with this road, but not as familiar as the locals. And these guys probably do this road every week, and I do it once every 2 months, perhaps. I do the mountain roads more. So when you follow a group like this, they know where all the, see, he puts his four-ways on, and that means that there's a, it just means slow down for here, because he knows that there's either a speed camera up ahead, or it's a risky place to speed, or, no, here's a speed camera right here, this one. See, they got the whole street memorized. And it's too early in the morning for police. So as long as I'm following them, I won't get a speeding ticket, because they're going to slow down for every camera, and there's no police, because it's too early. Police don't start work until like, whoa, see that? There was sparks coming off of either one of the guys' bikes rubbing the pavement on that corner, or they have sparklies on their knee pads. Either way, it looked cool. It scared me at first. I was like, shit, someone just crashed. Oh yeah, it's his knee pads. Yeah. So I guess this is the private series. Welcome to the private series, and hopefully there'll be more aggressive riding like this in it and whatnot. Yeah, I plan on, this isn't, and this isn't the craziest group that I ride with. I'm slowing down because I'm talking. Like I said, there's another group where they all these guys leave their license plates showing, and there's another group where they all cover them, and then they don't even slow down for the speed cameras. They just blow past them. And I'll find that group. I'll ride with them in the next in this private channel. And then you'll see a bunch of these guys are quick though. I was gonna say the other group is probably quicker, but these guys just slow down for the speed cameras. That's the only difference. But in between them, they're still quick enough. See that car? Just runs a red light. There's enough bikers. It's like as if, that's weird. Maybe I should just add some music and shut up so I can try to ride quick. I'm not used to getting passed on a straightaway. Generally, Taiwanese people, they're quick in the corners and slow on the straights. Well, these guys are all riding Hayabusas, so I shouldn't be too surprised. I'm still a little, though. Like I said, I've raced against Hayabusas before and had no trouble kicking their asses, but realistically, this guy in the white, he's just a pro. He could, he's the guy that scrapes the side of his motorcycle on the corners without crashing. Nuts. So yeah, he's just better than me, period. But I don't know. I'm keeping up with them with effort. Whew. I'd like to see a guy like this, a guy like this on the white bike. In America or Canada, he would just spank everyone. Because in Canada, like when I used to ride with the groups, I used to ride with groups on my frickin' Yamaha Cruiser, and the groups I'd ride with a group of sports bikes just like this, and I'd be kicking their ass on my Cruiser. It was a joke. It's just, but it's not. You can't entirely blame the Canadians and Americans. It's just the fact that there's no curvy roads to practice on. So you know you're just driving your bike on straight roads. You never really improve. You never really get a huge amount of skill. I'm slowing down. I'm gonna let these guys pass. That's the B King for those. I've been referring to that. I said that I'm riding with like 3 Hayabusas. It's actually not a Hayabusa. It's a B King. But a B King is it's like a slightly detuned Hayabusa engine put into a naked frame. It's kind of like the ultimate in a muscle bike. And a muscle bike just being like a naked, powerful bike. Like the most famous of which being the Yamaha VMAX. And that's, yeah. I'd like to ride that bike. The guy wants to he's making a U-turn, eh? It's like a double solid yellow, totally legal. Cross over those middle lines and make a U-turn on them. It's just... And I really gotta pee. You know, I'd be quicker if I peed. I honestly would. I'd be lighter. You know, a few ounces lighter. And, no, it's a distraction, though. It's a mental distraction if you gotta pee. It's like, keep focusing on it. This is like when I talk, I slow down because I'm focusing on talking. Even if I'm only focusing a bit, even if I'm only talking a bit, it still slows me down. Anything that doesn't keep you like 100% on the road slows you down. Pee. They're not gonna let me pee, are they? You guys are gonna let... Nice race. It's also nice if you're racing with a group like this and you find that they are a bit quicker than you. Because we're not on a racetrack and we're on roads with, you know, towns and speed cameras and traffic lights. It's nice because they don't, even if they are quicker than you, chances are they won't lose you because they have to slow down for things, and you can use those moments to catch up. Yeah, so thank you for buying the private series. Sorry, I should have said that at the beginning of this video. I didn't know if it was going in the private series or not. I didn't know how quick these guys would be. Oh. Yeah, thank you. I think I explained in the video that where I announced the private series. It's these private series that get me through the year, especially for the last 2-3 years. Like, in general, I earn a little bit less than I need each month, and it's specifically the private series that give me a little bit of money in the bank, and then I can use that money to get by generally. I'm not gonna lie. I'll spend some of the money on something. You know, as I sell these private series, I'll use some of the money. It's usually computer upgrades, so it's not even me like taking the money and like buying. I don't know, buying what? What would be non-related to my videos? It's not like I take the money and go out and buy. I don't know, expensive shoes or something. You know, I don't know, something stupid. I use the money for. I generally use a part of each private series, the money I make, to upgrade my computer. That's very definitely related to... Fuck! That's very definitely related to my videos. Because you need, for those of you that don't do video editing is possibly the most labor-intensive process for a computer. Like, people think it's... Video games everyone knows it. You need a really expensive, powerful computer to play video games with like maxed out graphics. But video editing uses like even more power than that. Because I've always had a pretty good gaming computer. But like a few years back, even when my computer was like really up there for gaming, it still wasn't enough for video editing. I'd be video editing and my computer would just crash, and that was happening like regularly. And I honestly thought the program just sucked, like the video editor that I was using. I'm like, man, I need a different video editor. It sucks, you know. And I realized, because once I upgraded my computer a couple of times, then it just stopped crashing, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I was just overworking the CPU, overworking it, and it was just lagging out. So yeah. So if you think to yourself, I thought I was giving money to help feed his kid, not to upgrade his computer, and it's like, well, I need to upgrade my computer if I want to stay on top of video editing. See these metal things on the bridge? Like there's these metal parts of the bridge that are like slippery. What I do is I'm at a pretty good lean angle going around the bridge. But just before I go over those things, I lean my body off much more, and then I let the bike go straight. And then I go over the middle kind of straight, and then I just kind of go back. But like when I say I really lean off, because I'm not at full lean, obviously, so I don't really need my body hanging off the bike. But I do an exaggerate. Whoa, fuck. My mom had a story about a guy that she knew. He was just going to like 7-Eleven or something, and he was quick. And because he was just going to 7-Eleven, he didn't wear his helmet, and he was taking a corner at lean like this, and he actually clipped his head on a pole that was on the side of the road, and died. So yeah, he was just going like a couple of blocks away from his house, and he was just taking the story seems a bit odd to me, though, to be honest. Like why would to be leaning? I get some pretty good lean, but I don't think I've ever come that close to hitting my head on a pole. It's definitely possible, though. I'm cutting across lanes, and they're not. Actually, by not cutting across lanes, they get more lean angle. They can have more fun. Because it's an S, right? So the quickest way through an S is a straight line, but they're following the S regardless, just because it's funner, I guess. Whoa. Yeah, I'm not liking this. The road narrowed just as we got to the bridge, and then there's a van beside me, so I'm like, okay, almost hit my head on that pole. See, they all just signaled with their arms, all three of them, just to say that there's water on the right-hand side of the road, move over to the left-hand side of the road. That was a major fucking problem on my May 2011 Taiwan tour. I would give a signal to the people behind me, and they wouldn't pass it back. And I actually had to like I actually had to pull over and tell them, like, when I give you a signal, you have to mimic my signal so the people behind you can fucking see it. You know, because there was altogether there was 9 of us, so that means there was there was 9 of us altogether. So that means that there was always 8 people following me because I was always in front. And so when I would give a signal, maybe 2 or 3 people behind me would see it. But there's 8 people behind me, so that means that there was 5 that didn't see my signal. So if none of the 3 people behind me pass it back, then none of the 5 people behind them see it. And you know, if it's something like, sometimes I would just kind of signal slow down or something, like with my hand I'd be like slow down, and then the people behind me, you know, they don't pass it back, but it's not a big deal because people behind can see that we're all slowing down. But there was a couple of instances where these times like this, see, my engine's already at high RPMs. At high RPMs, my engine doesn't sound that great. I got a really torquey engine, and in the low RPMs, it sounds great. It sounds like a kind of a bit cruiser-ish so much, like like an overly aggressive Harley or something, similar to a Ducati. But at the higher RPMs, my engine really doesn't have much of a nice sound to it. And it's times like that I miss my CBR 600. On my CBR 600, I would, at the high RPMs, it just sounded gorgeous. Like, that was when it sounded its best. What was it saying? Yeah. That's when I really miss it. Like when I go into a tunnel like that, if I'm at low RPMs, like I'm going through the scooter tunnels in the city, then I'm already at low RPMs. I just give it a little bit of a brum brum brum, and it sounds really aggressive. When I'm already at high RPMs and I give it gas, it's just like, yeah, my bike sounds really good in the low RPMs, which is the opposite to a racing bike. A racing bike doesn't sound like much in the low RPMs, but it sounds really great in the high. And yeah, I miss that. You know, I've been debating, like, do I even want to get a better motorcycle in the future? Like, you know, or not better, like a more racing oriented motorcycle. That's definitely my style of riding. I like sports bikes. And it's like, do I want to go and spend the money and get myself a CBR 600 again? Or probably be a Ninja. Do I want to get the Ninja 600? And I gotta pee. And the answer is I don't know, because every time I think about getting a racing bike, I think about my son, and I think a racing bike is overkill for a father of a small child. You know, like you saw me just now. I'm keeping up with pro guys on Hayabusas, so why exactly do I need a faster bike? You know. And the answer to that question is more fun. But you know, can I justify selling my bike for $6,000 and then buying and then？哦，你要上去那个睡库，对不对？我要尿尿。Okay. Yeah, they're gonna go. They're gonna do this road. They're fucking nutcases. These guys. They're gonna do a road up ahead. They said they're gonna go up and then come back down. And I know what they're talking about. There's a. It's like a lake, a water reservoir, whatever, a dam, and. Yeah, this is the family they go to. 啊，你要坐那个睡裤，对不对？对。OK。你要去吗？我跟着你。我跟着你。气很棒。Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was insane. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was insane. Sorry. You guys see, that was insanity, man. He's passing the car on a tight corner fully, and then the car left its lane. The car started moving over into him, which is fairly common here, which is why I probably wouldn't pass the car on a tight corner. Yeah, but got my foot down on that corner. The side of my foot started rubbing against the pavement. I wasn't expecting it, which is... Stay in your lane, car. Stay in your lane. See, I get nervous passing cars in corners because I know in Taiwan it's very common for cars just to drift unexpectedly out of their lanes on corners. These guys are putting more faith into the Taiwanese driver than I would. Whew. You know, that guy's fast and good and crazy on his Hayabusa, but I gotta ask the question, how much quicker would he be if he had a more sensible bike? You know, because a Hayabusa it's not even a racing bike, it's not even a sports bike, it's called a sports tourer. You know, and you add in the word tourer, I can't even say it, T-O-U-R-E-R. You add in that word, and it makes you think, you know, it's not exactly the most agile bike on the planet. But this guy's, you know, he's destroying all of us, everyone. And I really gotta pee. I'm just kind of giving up and slowing down. Not because he's too fast, it's because I gotta pee. I'm thinking I should just stop somewhere and urinate. Yeah, that's a bathroom right there. There's a stall right there. Oh, not a good place to make a U-turn. I'm going to... Yeah, fuck this. I'm not gonna make a U-turn. I'm gonna double solid yellow with guys with maniacs on bikes on this road. Yeah, I'll do it here. Keeping an eye out. I'm a guy, I could just pee anywhere, but... I love Taiwan, man. There's urinals on this. Oh, there they are. Urinals on the side of the road like that, and they're not even closed. Like if you're driving in a car, it's just urinals. I don't know if this is a bus station or what, but I really gotta pee. I need to stop this video anyways, because sometimes if I record for too long, the video just fucks up. Runs out of like short-term memory or something.